And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked.
What is up, everybody? And what a change a day makes. Yesterday, the Giants scored 13 runs. Today, they score 0 runs. Yesterday, it looks like they're one of the best teams of all time. Today, it looks like they're the 2024 San Francisco Giants. And this game, although the Giants offense didn't score a run, somehow, and they go 0 for 6 with runners in scoring position, back to the usual suspects. But honestly, I can't even blame the offense on this game. I can't even blame the offense on this game. Camilo Doval came in and just completely deflated the entire club. Not 1, not 2, but 3 wild pitches. What in the hell happened from Camilo Doval today? Holy crap. Doval is useless. Not 1, not 2, but 1 wild pitch, it happens. Yeah, it's not good, but it happens. You lost control of one. You got away from you. We're human. 2 wild pitches. Bro, are you okay? 3 wild pitches. I honestly think they're going to trade him in the offseason. You heard it here first. I think they will trade him in the offseason because it just ain't working out. There's been stories of clubhouse issues. They demoted him one time. I think that they're going to try to get what they can for Camilo Doval. The vibes ain't great. Tell me if I'm wrong. Do you think maybe they'll trade him in the offseason? I mean, he's got some value. He's losing it at, what's up, GDI? He's losing that value every day, but he does have some value, and I think they may go ahead and try to send him off somewhere if they can, because I just don't think it's going to work out. He's just not a closer at all. Just way too wild, way too, let's say, loose cannon out. He's got an ERA over 5 this year. Over 5. Basically, there's over a 50% chance he's going to give up runs when he comes into the game. I mean, that's unacceptable for a closer. Bivens wasn't great either. Bivens has been good this year. I'm not going to blame him, actually, because the Giants didn't score, so it was the Doval run. Maybe if Doval throws a scoreless inning, maybe we don't need to use Bivens. Maybe we use Rogers. Maybe we bring in Walker. In fact, what is Doval even doing in the game? Matter of fact, if you think about it, I'm not even sure I'd throw him in a tie game the way he's looked this year. That took some guts on the half of Bob. How the hell do I forget our manager's name? Bob, what am I tripping? I almost said Bob Brindley, Bob Melvin, to do that. Yeah, what was he even doing in the game in the first place? Jake, just chill. What's up, GDI? Eric, Encarnacion had a double off the arches and only made a single. Still got to play hard. But Encarnacion's hitting the ball well. Bob Granelli, who's going to be the outfield for the Giants roster next year. In the outfield, they do have some tough decisions to make regarding Yastrzemski. Obviously, McRae has impressed this year. Obviously, Lee will be back next year. We have a lot of guys going to free agency. I mean, right now, I'd say Ramos, McRae, look pretty much like locks. And then when you add Lee to the mix, then we just need a 4th outfielder. But Encarnacion is looking so good this year. I mean, we have a lot of options. So, we'll see if they sign a free agent. But we have enough options right now. The outfield's okay, but can always use more. Giants lost tonight. Bad organization. Just maybe change a manager and pitching coach. Effed up Doval. I guess so. I guess the F so. Anyone who had even dreams of the Giants maybe making a late season push, you might as well just forget about it now. It's a wrap. It is a literal wrap at this point. I mean, I've played tap, so I've given up hope. When I play taps, but some people still had hope. I don't think there's one Giants fan who is now delusional enough to think this team, not even Robert Rothberg thinks the Giants could be in the playoffs this year. Even Robert Rothberg has accepted. I don't want to speak for Robert. If you're here, let me know. But I'm going to guess that even Robert has accepted it's a freaking wrap. But there is some good to take away from today, and it's a man by the name of Hayden Birdsong. Hayden Birdsong pitched really well today, and just maybe he's going to be up. Remember, Logan Webb had some good starts and bad starts his first year or two. So who knows? Hayden Birdsong could be the real deal Holyfield, and maybe next year or certainly 2025, he could be an important part of this rotation. But as of now, he has good games and bad, but today he looks really good. He deserved a W today. Super wrap. Robert isn't that delusional. They have been eliminated since they lost the series to the Oakland A's. Jake, I totally understand you. Am so down. Janie, oh yeah, that's right. Tommy Hugsley. So thank you guys so much for the amazing support. I can't believe people show up. It's really appreciated. And 3-0 the final score today. And we can blame it all. I mean, yeah, the offense sucked. The offense clearly sucked. Couldn't hit off Montas. Couldn't hit off Ashby. Okay. Aaron Ashby. Okay. Not Andy Ashby. Tyler McGill. Couldn't hit off him. Devin Williams, we got a couple hits, but still lost the game. He got the save. Offense sucked. But I don't even blame it on the offense because this game should have been a 0-0 game, except Bob Melvin decided, let's bring in the scariest pitcher from the bullpen into the game in the 7th inning. And, okay, maybe the Giants are out of it. Maybe you just want to give them a chance, see what we got with Doval. But we found out what we got. He immediately walks Willie Adames. Then he starts throwing wild pitches, one after another, to the point that a run scored on a wild pitch. Willie Adames just had his way on the base pass. I'll go to second, okay. Guess I'll go to third. Guess I'll come on home. 1-0, and that was all the Brew Crew needed. Yes, in the 8th inning, Spencer Bivens came in, gave up a couple more runs. Jackson Churio hit his 20th home run. Congratulations to him, 2020 club. That's all well and good. 3-0, and that's your wrap-up, and that's your recap. Brought to you by, what can I say? Jake, Giants are so effing done facking. Oh my goodness. The streak. We might make it. I think we're going to make it through all 162 games with at least a super chat, which I never dreamed possible. Honestly. I used to, I was going into chat rooms before I started this channel. I'd see, the guy running the channel like, hey, a super chat. I'm like, a super chat? What the hell is that? And I found out what it was. I was like, man, that'd be cool if someday I get a super chat. I never thought I'd get one for every game. No more City Connects. Thank you so much, Randy Runolfson. Yeah, the City Connects next year, I promise you this, they're going to get, I haven't even seen them. They haven't even been designed yet. They are going to be heavily criticized. That much we know. But I'm looking forward to seeing them. So thank you so much, Randy Runolfson, Melvin. Maybe we need to get Bob Brenly. You know who we need to get? What's his name? Benji Molina up in here. Let him be the manager. You hear what Farhan said on KMER, that we need more veterans on the team next season and no youth. I'm sure you're paraphrasing. He surely didn't say no youth. He surely didn't say no youths at all. There's no way he said that. Because we got 2 youths. Maybe 3 youths if you count Birdsong, who are going to be a big part of this team. Fitzgerald, Ramos, and Birdsong. And yeah, we got to manage for a win. It wasn't Doval's fault. It was the pitch clock. Well, the pitch clock's here to stay. So if you can't handle the pitch clock, then I guess you need to get moved on to another team. If you can't handle the pitch clock, I guess it's time to go ahead and pack up and go, because the pitch clock's here. I'm not a huge fan of the pitch clock myself. I understand it. I understand why we implement the clock. I never like a clock in baseball, but players want to take their freaking sweet time. They get up to the plate. They grab their bat. They get up there. Ball, step out. Look at the bat. What are you looking at? The bat looks the same as it did before. You hit the shoes, crack the neck, loosen the hands a little bit, check your cell phone, check your email, get back up there, take a breath, back up, strike, look at the bat, bring it down, click it, check the email. I mean, at some point it's like, let's freaking go. So I totally understand why the clock is here. Jenny Vega's done with Luciano. Jake, are you leaving? Done with Casey Schmidt. Done with... yeah, you're right. Camilo has had his moments. But let me see if I can find anything about that quote that you said, Farhan Zaidi. I mean, I'm sure he wouldn't say no Utes at all. Kind of hard to find it. I look for articles and it's all like, let me go to Twitter. Everything's like old when you Google anything. It's like 6 months old. So to be clear, 7 years later, you don't have a plan. Concepts of a plan. That's a quote, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's just been it has not been a success. It's not been a success. It's not, I mean, it can't be all one man's fault. I can't blame it all on Farhan, but he came in here in 2019 to turn this club around, to turn this club back into a playoff contender. Guess how many times we've been in the playoffs? Once. 2021, we lost in the first round. Once. And that was a freak accident. We weren't even supposed to be a playoff team. F the 24 season. I mean, if I'd have told you when they hired him that we were going to not make the playoffs in 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, is that 5 years? Did I count that right? No. Well, 2021 we made it, but 2020, 2019, no. 2020, no. 22, no. 23, no. 24, no. 5 years out of 6, we have not made the playoffs. Thanks to God. Bob Granelli, that team was a team of really good players who had career years. Brandon Belt had a career year, 29 home runs. Brandon Crawford had a career year. Buster Posey had a career year, and then he retired. So, but did he retire? Didn't he retire after 2021, or was it 2022? I always forget that. I think he retired after. Yeah, after 21, he retired. That's crazy. He had a couple more years left in him. He was only 34. Every game counts. Yeah, 2021. Every game counts. So we've wrapped this one up, and I don't even know what to say, man. Just look, Doval. I wish you could trade him now, but we can't. I think maybe they're going to let him pitch, and hopefully he finishes the year strong, and they're going to try to trade him in the offseason. It's just not going to be part of the. I would be surprised if he's on this team come spring training. Get what you can for him. I don't know if you can get too much for him. Just hasn't been good. I mean, he got sent down to AAA. Hey, he's a mental disaster out there. And now he looks like he got the yips out there. He still got good strikeout stuff, but you can't go out and throw 3 wild pitches, man. Unacceptable. Imagine if this was a big game. Imagine if we weren't out of it. What if we were in it? What if this had playoff implications? What if it was the playoffs? Rodriguez will have a chance to get a good role in the bullpen. I don't know if he'll be able to be a closer just yet. Doval is his worst hater. Robert Rothberg has showed up. Lakers running it down mid. Have you played taps yet? I have. Walker gets way more confidence than I think that when Walker's in, I feel good. Dude, I want to see some playoffs. Streams, Astros fans will blow your channel's numbers up. What's that, Jeremiah? Live streams, playoff live streams. You want me to cover the Astros? Is that what you're saying in the playoffs? Because I can do that. Astros didn't have a tough start this year. Yeah. Rick Ankiel, remember he just fell apart, had the yips, couldn't throw a strike, hitting the backstop all over the place. That's what Doval looked like today. My power rankings were pretty on target at the beginning of this year. I had the Astros. I think I predicted them to win the West. It looks like they're going to do that. I had the Guardians up atop of the Central. I think I had the Orioles winning the East, which they still have a chance to do. The Yankees and the Orioles fighting it out. It's pretty much turned out exactly, not exactly, but very close to my predictions. I'm going to have to look at that video and see. But I remember on my power rankings, I had the White Sox last, and a lot of people were like, dude, you're an idiot, for not putting the A's last. I'm like, dude, A's are going to be way better than the White Sox. A's are not even going to finish in last. I had the Angels and the White Sox under the A's. People called me an idiot. Guess what? A's have a better record than the Angels and the White Sox. Doval's a head case. Do you think Ohtani should win the MVP as a DH? I think so. I have to look at his stats. But DH or not, leading the league in home runs, leading the league in RBIs, leading the league in slugging, leading the league in OPS plus. He's got an OPS almost 1,000 in the big league. In college, that's one thing. In high school, that's one thing. In the big leagues, you don't see 1,000 OPS very often. It would be his third MVP. Shohei Ohtani, if he can get his 10 years in, he's going to the Hall of Fame. He's going to the Hall of Fame. I don't see why he wouldn't get his 10 years in. As long as he don't gamble. You guys hear the story? I might make a video. I might make a separate video on this, or maybe I'll just use this clip as the story. See if I can find the story. I don't know if you guys heard this story. So Derek Bender, he's a 6th-round pick. I've heard of this player. He was a 6th-round pick in 2024. I covered the entire 2024 draft, so I definitely was covering it and talked about Derek Bender when I was doing the live stream. This player apparently wanted the season to end so bad, and he didn't want his minor league team to be in the playoffs. Here he is playing professional baseball for the first time in his life, living the dream. But he wanted the season to end so bad that he was telling the opposing batters what pitches were coming so that the opposing team would win the game. That way he could go home instead of making the playoffs. Are you freaking kidding me? Derek Bender was playing for the Fort Myers Mighty Muscles Twins low-A affiliate and was telling the opposing teams what pitches were coming so that they would light up that pitcher, by the way, his teammate, who's also trying to make the big leagues, whose stats matter. So complete disrespect there to his own teammates and complete disrespect to the game and to his club, who didn't make the playoffs. They ended up losing that game. That is freaking crazy. And he was released by the Twins, and probably, I can't imagine probably will never play again. That's even worse than the freaking White Sox, the Black Sox in 1919. Worse. Because they got paid a bunch of money. I'm not saying it's right. It's not right. But back then they weren't getting paid a big money to play in the big leagues. They got a whole bunch of money to throw the games completely jacked up. They all got banned for life. Not trying to defend them. I'm just saying this is worse. You're giving them the signs just because you want to go home, just because you want to lose the game and go home. This man must hate baseball even more than Anthony Rendon. Holy Moses. I've never heard of anything like this. The first time in my life I've ever heard of anything like this. I mean, that's nuts. I mean, and I haven't heard any excuse of why you wanted to go home so bad. But if you had some reason to go home so bad, then you need to tell your managers or just go AWOL. I'd rather you just go AWOL than do this. What a joke. Yeah, worse than Anthony Rendon. If you don't want to play, just say so. Nobody wants you there. Or say you're having mental issues and you need to go home. They probably would let you go home. You need to go figure something out. Giving the signs to the other team, blowing the game for all your teammates who worked hard all year. And I know it's just a minor league postseason. And I know that's different than a major league postseason, but it's the postseason. And the funny thing is, it's not like he's been grinding all year long with the rest of the minor leaguers. He got drafted this year. He got drafted this year. He's barely played. He played a few games at Coastal Carolina, a college schedule. You played 3 games a week. And then he played played 19 games for Fort Myers. Hit just 200, but he hit 320 in college. He was going to be back next year. And he was going to have every opportunity to move through the minor leagues and live the dream, and he threw it all away. What a crazy, crazy story. Never heard of anything like that in my freaking life. But, gonna have to find a normal job. You blew it. You blew it. He has a hot wife to get home to, probably. Hey, you know what? Pretty much every player's got a hot wife to get home to, okay? But they don't throw the game. 680 is saying the Giants should get Ha-Seong Kim to be the shortstop. That would be nice. It is worse. I mean, think of it this way. If it's I'd rather you go AWOL. I was in the Army, right? They always say going AWOL or desertion is like the worst thing. Actually, no, that's not the worst thing. The worst thing is being a traitor, right? Or picking up your weapon and going against your own, or joining the other army and going and taking out your own people. That's basically what he did. I'd rather you just go AWOL. I'd rather you just go AWOL. That's the craziest story I've ever heard in my freaking life. If you don't want to play, get in your car and go home. They will execute you for desertion, but I'm saying it's not even the worst thing. Worst thing is taking your own squad out. And that's what he effectively did. Okay, I know it's not war, it's a sport, but man, imagine being a teammate. Because if I was on teammate, I want to be in the playoffs. I'm competitive. I want to be in the freaking playoffs. I want to be in the playoffs in my local softball team. I definitely want to be in the playoffs if I'm in a minor league baseball team. I don't care if it ain't the big league playoffs. I want to be in the playoffs. I want to play. If you don't want to play, but I don't even know if that's the worst thing, because also, like I said earlier, you're ruining your pitcher's stats. That's your boy right there. That's supposed to. You guys are supposed to be a battery. You're a team. I mean, what's wrong with you? What the hell is wrong with you? I would ask him, like, bro, should be ashamed of yourself, man. You play to win the game. You don't just play just to play it. That's like the guy telling the enemy where y'all are at on the battlefield because he wants to go home. Go home then. I was in the Army. I wanted to go home. But did I know? Did I desert? No. Did I Do something to compromise the mission? No. I mean, I understand it's a long season, but this guy was not even there the whole year. I understand it's a grind and the bus trips if you were there all year. You weren't even there all year. You were in college. That's the weird thing. When I first heard this story, I assumed, and it's no excuse even then, but I assumed this is a minor leaguer he's been in the team all year. He's played 120 games. He's probably just mentally, physically exhausted. Still no excuse. Then I found out he was in college. He just got drafted. You're living the dream, bro. You're in the honeymoon phase of your minor league career. You're already tapping out? Oh, you wouldn't have made it anyway. Hell, I played tough when I played fast pitch softball. NCO story time. Lakers running down mid. Don't. Like running down mid. You sound like someone else who used to show up here. Eric Rakestraw. But yeah, I mean, I can't imagine. I cannot imagine that. Like, I know it's tough, and but here's what I'm saying. Like, I totally sympathize with you. You want to go home. If you don't want to make the playoffs, which is weird, you need to talk to your manager, talk to your team. That's it. Tell them, hey, Zach, man, I got to go. Tell them why you want to go home. I don't think it's really to be with his hot wife. I think there must have been some reason. There had to be some reason, and they probably would have been understanding. But you decided to give the other team the signs, and now your career's over. Eric, Jenny, Giants lose today. Player of the game is Hayden Birdsong for 5 scoreless innings. Gave the Giants every chance to win. The offense stalls out. The offense yesterday, I don't know what was going on. They were stalling out on the daily. They were driving around like a 1978 Pinto, breaking down, just terrible. And then all of a sudden yesterday, they turned into a freaking Lamborghini or something. They were running on all cylinders. And now today, they're back to Pinto status. What is going on? Subscribe. And also Gerard Encarnacion, player of the game. I said offensive player of the game. Soto's a possibility. Pete Alonso, you know, we you know what we need? And I know it's just a number with a 0 at the end. We need a 30 home run hitter. We need 30 home runs at least. I don't know. It's a hot wife. Someone said that. It probably not. Who knows? I don't even know if he's married. Probably not. Probably got a girlfriend. Okay. Which I can understand, wanting to get home to your girlfriend or your wife. I can understand, but if you can't handle it on a part minor league season, you were never going to make it anyway. So go home to your wife and get a normal job. There's nothing wrong with a normal job. We all got normal jobs. I've had normal jobs my whole life. Nothing wrong with that. But that's where you belong. You don't belong in a baseball team. There's no excuse for that. But I will keep an eye on that story, and if we get any more information on it, as of now, that's all we know. He was giving away the signs, and he told teammates he wanted the season to be over with. He might have some mental issue. Maybe he's got something wrong with him. So, you know, I don't, you know, I'll leave that open that maybe he's got something wrong with him, but you obviously just went about it the total wrong way. And, you know, not saying he should go to prison, but I'm saying I don't think he'll be playing professional baseball again. We'll take a JD Martinez. Yeah, top 10 video. I was thinking about my next one, and I thought of one today. Now I forgot what it was going to be. Oh, yeah. Tell me what you guys think. I'm looking around like I don't want it. You know, only 17 people are here, so I think we're good. Worst contracts. Speaking of Anthony Rendon, worst 10 contracts of all time for my next one. Does anybody think that's okay? And if so, give me some ideas. Worst 10 contracts. I don't even know what's going to make the list. I got to do research, but I got some ideas. Josh Hamilton, Angels coming to mind. Josh Hamilton of the Angels. Anthony Rendon of the Angels. I don't know if Albert Pujols would make it. That contract wasn't that great, but Barry Zito wasn't great. I don't think it'll make the list, but worst 10 contracts in MLB history. Like perfect, right? Perfect topic. That could go viral. That could go viral. That's another one of the greatest baseball teams of all time because I just did the worst baseball team. So we got to do the greatest baseball team. And in the off season, I'm thinking of doing a segment called Unpopular Opinion, where I just go on a rant on an opinion that's not super popular. Like bringing my glove to the game, adults bringing their gloves to the game. I'm going to defend that. Maybe I'll make one about foul home run balls, expensive home run balls that you catch. We should be able to keep the ball and shouldn't be forced to trade it for a bat. Why are we forced to trade it for a bat? Imagine you go to a game. Say your wife's at home and you go to the game, and it's a game where Aaron Judge is trying to hit his 60-second home run to break Roger Maris's American League record. You catch the ball. That ball's worth $2-3 million. And then you get home and you tell your wife, hey, I caught the ball. She's like, oh my God, how much is that worth? It's worth like $2 or $3 million. She's like, oh my God, we can pay off the house. Oh my God, we can do it. Oh, no. I traded it for a bat. She's going to be like, you did what? You traded it for a freaking bat? It's like, I'm not that stupid. I got a hat too. Come on now. Let's be honest. She's going to be pissed. Give shit to baseball players that marry way too young. Unpopular opinion. No, you can keep the ball, but people think you're supposed to just give it back to the player. And I'm like, the player can buy it off me at a huge discount. Now, if it's not an expensive ball, I'm fine with giving it back to the player. Don't get me wrong. Like if Mike Yastrzemski hits his 100th home run and he wants it, I'm like, sure, give me the bat and give me a hat. Like, it's not worth that. It's probably, I don't know what's Mike Yastrzemski's 100th home run worth. Maybe a few $100. I don't know, nothing life changing. So, but if it's like a record breaking $1 million ball, I'm sorry, man. I don't think I'm giving it back for no bat. That's just me. Mexicano food is better than, wait. Whose Mexican food is better, Texas or California? I'm not sure because I just go to Taco Bell in both places. It's a real bat or one of those little clubs they call a bat. Yeah, those little baby bats. I got one over there. Iowa Cubs bat. Got from Iowa Cubs. I got that bat. Let me see if I got that bat. Yes. This is where it's at right here. This is the bat. I traded $1 million ball for this Iowa Cubs bat. Are you freaking kidding me? Giants getting Mike Trout. Those baby bats are a good person defense weapon. Yeah, I got this one right here. We got some baby bats up in here. Maybe I need to keep this on hand, so I should use this instead of I was using the guitar as a bat earlier. Yeah. Iowa Cubs. The little whackers. Back. Well, everyone, Giants lose. Taco Bell. It ain't about being greedy. It's like, it's life-changing. It's life-changing, not just for me, not just for the person who caught the ball, but for their family, their loved ones, or their favorite charities. You could do so much. You got a ball that's going to sell for $3-4 million. It's not like I'm not going to just take all that and then buy a mansion and buy cars. That's not my style, and that's not what I would recommend. But I'm going to, be able to have some retirement that I would invest, help out some of my family, help out some of my friends who are struggling, and that's just life-changing money. And plus, the players are multimillionaires. What's Aaron Judge's salary? Aaron Judge makes $40 million. Aaron Judge signed a $360 million contract. He makes $40 million per year. Do we understand this? He makes over $100,000 per day. Per day. If he wants the ball, I sell it to him for a couple $100,000, 2 days worth. If he doesn't want to do that, then that's on you. You don't want the ball that much. You don't want the ball that much. If you won't pay 2 days of salary, you don't want the ball that much. Yeah, you could buy a house. Is it life changing? If you really want the ball, you'll buy it off me. I mean, come on. That's a good. I was thinking like just off the top of my head, like a couple million, but maybe let's see. How much did Aaron Judge 60-second home run ball sell for? I was about right. 1.5 million. 1.5 million. That's what I just looked up. It says Judge's 60-second home run ball sells for how much? That baseball Yankee superstar Aaron Judge hit sold for $1.5 million according to Golden Auctions. New York Times. Ball sells for 1.5 million. Predicted to sell for more than 3 million. So, like for me, I give Aaron. I say, Aaron, look, Aaron. You're on a $360 million contract. This ball is going to sell for between $1.5 to $3 million. I'm not going to ask that much from you, but if you want the ball, I'm going to give you first dibs. Let's negotiate. And if he says, bro, I'll give you a signed bat, I'm going to tell you, go screw it. Get out of here then. You don't want it that much. You don't want it that much. I'm not going to make you pay $1 million, but let's negotiate. If you want it, you buy it. I know you bought $1 million. I know you bought a $30 million house. I know you bought a $2 million car. I know you're spending millions and millions. You want the ball or not? Jenny Vega, Eric Rakestraw. But that's why it's we're going to get a lawyer and we're going to negotiate this thing. If you don't want to do that, I'll put it on auction. I'm not trying to be a jerk. But the one thing the fans get, the one thing we get free is the baseballs, is the foul balls. That's it. Jerseys, we got to pay. Hats, we got to pay. Tickets to watch the game, we got to pay. Watch the game on the internet, we got to pay. Watch the game on the TV, we got to pay. Want a hot dog, we got to pay. Want a soda, we got to pay. And we got to pay a lot. Only thing we get is the freaking balls. That's it. And then the one time we get a ball worth something, you want us to trade it for a bat? Get the freak out of here. Unpopular opinion, maybe, but that's mine. Did you see how much the A's are going to charge for Sacramento tickets? Over $150 for just one, and you probably won't even get a free hot dog. $150. I know it's a smaller stadium, but let's see how the season progresses. You know, most of the people who go to those games are going to be going to watch the other team. They're going to watch the Yankees. I'm going to go to a game, though, if I can. You guys have a wonderful day. I'm going to go watch a movie. Which one? I don't know. I'm going to watch this movie called Legend with Tom Hardy. And then I'm going to hit the hay. Sometimes you just got to relax. Inflation is on crack. Inflation's bad. Inflation's bad. I used to go to McDonald's, I remember for years the hamburger at McDonald's was less than $1. It's like 80 cents. Now it's like $3 freaking for the hamburger. Not the big hamburger, the little baby hamburger. 3 something. I'll be going to some Kings game this year as well. Someone asked me earlier about about football. Yeah, I mean, I'll watch a football game. I don't mind. I watch college football sometimes, and I'll watch occasionally NFL. But like, I don't know it like I know baseball. I can't really cover it like that. I know I like basketball more than football. As far as watching the team and rooting for the team. So And I can play a little basketball and I can play baseball. I've never played football in my life. I mean, maybe like, what do they call it? Flag football or something like that. But like, I've never played real football in my life. Bone Tomahawk. Legend Decent Gangster movie. Yeah, I picked that one up at the store the other day, at the thrift store. And Blu-ray. So I'm thinking of watching that. I got a few movies I got to get to, and that's one of them. Hope it's good. I like gangster movies. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Other than that, thank you, Randy Rudolphson, for keeping the streak alive. I do appreciate that. Eric Rakestraw, appreciate you being here. Jeremiah, Paul, Bye Victor, everyone else. Amazing support. Bob Granelli, appreciate you. Appreciate everyone. Let's win. Let's win. What's on deck brought to you by I can't find it. Brought to you by Jenny Vega. What's on deck? And what's on deck is the San Francisco Giants against the San Diego Padres tomorrow. First pitch, 7:15 Pacific. It'll be Dylan Cease taking on Logan Webb, the ace of the team. Logan Webb, the ace, against Dylan Cease. Yeah, Giants better cease to striking out with runners in scoring position. Better cease that shit immediately. Other than that, you guys have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
And that was a disgraceful performance, in my opinion. We threw that game. We gave it away by doing that. We gave them the friggin' game. In my opinion, that sucked.